What if I told you that a sudden kiss is almost never about attraction? Most people think a kiss is simple, romantic, impulsive, but psychology says something very different. Because when a man kisses you out of nowhere, without planning, without warning, it's usually not about the kiss at all. It's about what he can't say. And today, we're going to decode exactly what that sudden kiss is really trying to tell you. Not from movies, not from fantasies, but from real emotional psychology. Why sudden actions reveal hidden truth. Here's something most people don't realize. Humans can lie with words. They can control behavior. They can fake distance, but they cannot control impulses. A sudden kiss is an impulse, and impulses come from the emotional brain, not the logical one. This means when he kissed you suddenly, his mind didn't have time to prepare a mask. What came out was the truth. Psychologists call this an emotional leak, a moment where suppressed feelings escape. So the first thing you need to understand is this. That kiss was not random. The silence before the kiss matters more. Let's talk about what usually happens before a sudden kiss. There's often silence, distance, unspoken tension, eye contact that lasts a little too long. This silence is important because silence is where emotions build pressure. He may have been holding back feelings, fighting the urge to get closer, afraid of rejection, confused about what he wants, and when that pressure becomes too heavy, it explodes in the form of a sudden kiss, not because he planned it, but because he couldn't hold it anymore. The 5 psychological meanings behind a sudden kiss. Now let's break down what that kiss actually means. 1. He lost control of his emotions. This is the most common reason. When a man kisses suddenly, it often means he's been thinking about you for a long time. He tried to stay distant. He failed. That kiss is not confidence. It's surrender. His emotions took control, even for just a second. 2. He feels safe with you. Men do not act impulsively around people they don't feel safe with. A sudden kiss usually means he trusts you emotionally. He feels accepted around you. He feels understood. That kiss was his way of saying, I feel something real here, even if he never says it out loud. 3. He's afraid to use words. Some men are emotionally intelligent, but emotionally silent. They feel deeply, but expressing emotions with words feels risky. So instead of saying, I care about you, I miss you, I'm scared of losing you, he kissed you, because physical actions feel safer than emotional honesty. 4. He's testing the emotional connection. This one is subtle, but powerful. Sometimes a sudden kiss is a question, not spoken, but felt. He's trying to understand. How will you react? Will you pull away? Will you stay? Your reaction gives him information about the future of the connection. 5. He realized something in that moment. Sometimes a man doesn't know what he feels until the moment hits him. Maybe he imagined losing you. He felt emotional distance. He saw you differently. And suddenly, clarity arrived. The kiss was his response to that realization. What your reaction says about you. Now let's flip the focus. Because your reaction to a sudden kiss says a lot. Not just to him, but about you. If you froze, you were processing emotion. If you pulled away, you were protecting yourself. If you kissed back, you were accepting vulnerability. None of these are wrong, but here's what matters. Your reaction shapes what happens next, because after that kiss, he's watching, not aggressively, quietly, trying to understand if he crossed a line or opened a door. Why he might act distant after the kiss. This confuses many people. He kisses you suddenly. and then later seems quiet, distant, or normal. Why? Because once emotions are exposed, fear often follows. He may be thinking, did I mess things up? What if she didn't feel the same? Why did I do that? Distance after intimacy is often not rejection. It's emotional overload. The biggest mistake people make after a sudden kiss. Here's the mistake: overreacting, asking too many questions, demanding clarity immediately, changing behavior drastically. Why is this dangerous? Because it forces his emotional brain into defense mode. Instead, calm presence creates safety, and safety invites honesty. What to do if it meant something to you? If that kiss meant something to you, you don't need to chase, you don't need to confront. You need to stay grounded. Let the moment breathe. Sometimes the strongest response is calm acceptance, because emotions need space to turn into clarity. When a sudden kiss is not a good sign, let's be honest, not every kiss is deep. If the kiss felt empty, rushed, disconnected, followed by emotional manipulation, then it may not be about feelings, but about control or validation. Your intuition already knows the difference. Listen to it. The truth no one tells you. Here's the truth most people avoid. A sudden kiss doesn't promise a relationship, but it reveals emotion, and emotion is the foundation of everything meaningful. Whether it grows depends on what happens next. Final reflection, deep, calm ending. Sometimes the most honest moments happen without words. A sudden kiss is not an accident. It's a signal, a moment where emotion escaped logic, and whether that moment becomes a memory or the beginning of something deeper depends on awareness. If you want to understand emotions that people hide, signals they don't speak, and feelings that show up in silence, this is exactly what we explore here on MindSignals. Because emotions always leave clues, you just need to know how to read them.